Hey crafty friends! Today I'm going to be making a pocket card for our ornament, which is a little bit taller and wider than our regular gift card holder dies. So I wanted to show you that today. So here's my ornament gift card holder die I made in a separate video, and that is the gift card inside of it if you haven't seen that yet. I'm going to start with my card base, and I'm going to make an A6 card. So here I'm scoring at 9 inches on the long end, and then I'm going to score on the other side at 6 1/4. So just going through with my scoreboard. And then on the long end here, I'm actually going to score it at the midway point at 4 1/2. So that'll be the halfway point, that'll be where we fold it. I'm just actually scoring it first so that I have that line to cut it up neatly. You could actually use your Fiskars cutter to line it up perfectly, but I like having those score lines just to ensure I'm doing it at the exact right spot. This is perfect, and I'm just folding that crease down nice and simply, and now we have a nice large card that measures 6 1/4 by 4 1/2. So this is super nice because that length is going to give us a little bit more room for our ornament to go inside. As you can see, it just fits widthwise, and that length is perfect. So I have some really beautiful paper here from like a year ago, and I'm just kind of going to coordinate it all together, and I really like this dark red for a pocket. And I decide what I'm going to do is actually create a pocket with some flaps, and this way it'll have even more space for my ornament to be held into. So this is a 5-inch long, so you'll see it's 5 inches, and then I'm actually at each a quarter of an inch, I'm going to score it at a quarter of an inch, flip it over, score it at a quarter of an inch, and then on the bottom I'm going to score also only one side, so 3 sides of the paper we're going to score a quarter of an inch. And then we're just going to fold these in like so, and this is going to create a really nice, pretty simple pocket for us. But what this does, instead of cutting it down, these flaps that we create give us room. So instead of just trimming the paper at 4 1/2 of the width of the card, these flaps are going to give us enough space for that ornament to slip in and out of. So if we were to have just cutting it down at 4 1/2, and then you think about putting that 1/8 of an inch tape on it, it's just going to be a little bit less room. So this is a nice way to create your own pocket. And now I'm just cutting out the corners here so they fold a little better, and I'm going to angle all these edges just so that when you fold them in, they're not too running into each other too much. So that's pretty simple. So we started at 5 inches and then folded them in a quarter each, and then see how those edges kind of fit perfectly now with our ornament. So now I'm just going to kind of just lining it up to see, and I might add this ho 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 on the top of my pocket. And now I'm just putting some red tape on the flaps of my card. So this is an 1/8 of an inch thick tape. It fits perfectly for a quarter of an inch. And then I put a little bit on the top there for the ho ho ho, and I haven't removed the red tape off the back yet. It's hard to see, ironically, because this paper I used is red, but normally it's really easy to see. So now you'll see I actually switch out my card bases. I used an ivory more color, and now I just switched it to more of this white tone because I felt like it matched better with my paper. So just swapping that out, and now I'm kind of seeing where I should trim just like a frame for my card. So I decided to just go along. I really like this deer, and I really like this stripe paper. So I decided for the outside border, I'm going to trim it at 4 1/4 by 6 here for that striped paper. And to give it a little more dimension, I'm using my Sizzix Distress tool and roughing up all the edges. And what that does is just gives it a little more dimension and a little more lift to a somewhat simple card where I'm pretty much just using paper, which is what I've always loved to do. So you can see that roughness. It looks really beautiful in person. It adds a little bit of texture. And just placing that on my card, I have this nice and framed out. So this looks fantastic. I love those colors. They're not very traditional. I like the pastel-y type look. And I'm putting some 3D foam squares on the back of the front that I want to do. But first I want to put my pocket down. So I'm just flipping my card base upside down and using the edges to line it up perfectly, and just making sure you have it all set and lined up. And now you'll see the ornament fits in and out of the pocket, and that looks great. I'm putting a little bit of thin foam squares on a little decorative strip here, and this was all in the same collection kit from Cocoa Vanilla. I don't think they have this Christmas set available anymore because it's from last year, but use whatever Christmas paper you have on hand. And this is just super simple and a great way to gift your ornament gift card holders. And so now let's finish off our card. So I'm going to put this on the front of my card here. I didn't want to do that before putting on my pocket because just having the dimension and bulkiness kind of makes it hard when decorating the inside of your cards. So this looks super cute. Oh my goodness. So I decided I wanted to do another frame on the inside. I did the same exact thing. I did the 4¼ by 6 and roughed up those edges as well. And then I also cut out a smaller white piece. So this one is only 3 by 5. And this just gives you a little bit of space to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you'd like to say. And I felt like having the striped paper on the inside also coordinated so well with the front and just made it look super pretty. So I put this little Happy Holidays at the top. This looks great. And then this is it. This is our very simple pocket card. You could add a little ribbon to the top of your ornament. It pops a little bit because of that pocket, so it does have a little bit of dimension, but I find that when giving Christmas cards like this, I'm usually in person giving them, so it's kind of a nice thing to give in person. And if you are sending in the mail, you can just add a little extra postage or something that's called a butterfly stamp. So here I'm just adding a few more decorative pieces from the paper pack. So this is a great way to utilize your Christmas paper this year if you have some left over from last year or any time really. I know I have a hard time getting rid of really pretty paper. Sometimes I have a hard time using it, but look at this adorable card. So this is an A6 pocket card that we created all on our own. This is perfect for our gift card holder ornament, and it's just the perfect little card for your family this season. I hope you love this. Make sure to grab your ornaments. Thanks so much for watching.